A very good morning, Team Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And this morning, let us talk about what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. Let us go back to 2023, that is 29 July. The government spokesperson, Ndabaningi Mangwana, popularly known as Nick Mangwana, said something very important. He said, forget about the maize surplus. We have that all right. Forget about the fiscal surplus. That's no longer breaking news. For the first time ever, we have a wheat surplus of 40,000 metric tons. How about that? Does anyone still doubt these results that speak for themselves? This is Ndamaningi Mangwana. He's actually bragging. He was actually bragging about maize surplus, wheat surplus, and he talked about 40,000 metric tons of wheat surplus in the reserves. Fast forward to 2024, we have not heard Zimbabwe selling its wheat. We have not heard Zimbabwe exporting its wheat because we need that wheat here in Zimbabwe. So we cannot be exporting to other countries when we always have shortages. You cannot export to import. That doesn't become logical. You cannot sell all the maize you have for you to rebuy. It doesn't make sense. But what is surprising at this moment in time is that the government of Zimbabwe is now moving with the begging bowl. They are now going to beg. They have now declared a state of disaster. Yes, it's good for them to declare a state of disaster, but is it good for them to go around with a begging bowl? It was good if they declared this national state of disaster only to make sure that they minimize exports. But the major question is, where is the surplus you bragged about? We have never seen the results. So the surplus was supposed to be right here in Zimbabwe to assist the people of Zimbabwe so as to make sure that the prices remain low. That is very important and very key. Prices must remain low so that every person will be able to afford maize meal. I know I will be attacked by a lot of people who have been buying maize meal for the past 5-10 years. But for those who understand the rural setup, where people have to grow their own food, stock it, and consume it up to the next season, you understand that the people in the rural areas have no sufficient food, have no sufficient maize meal. What is going to happen is that when prices go up and you are buying a bucket of maize meal at $15, it means the person in the rural areas will not afford. They have been failing to buy a bucket of maize meal at $6, $7. What if it goes up to $15? Are they going to afford? These are the very important issues. That is the reason why you see rural people right now, they are now relying on mapfunde. Pane mamwe mapfunde matsvuku so. Ndio vakurelaya on. Ukadya sadza racho iwewe, unoita wiki usina kuenda kutoilet uchitadza. I'm telling you this because I went through that experience. I was in the countryside during the campaigns and we were being chased by ZANU PF people. Ndobva ndanoridya sadza iroro. Week paunoenda kutoilet kwacho unenge wakatsunga uchirwadziwa. This is the kind of situation these people are subjected to. Kudya zvekuti hapana zvekuzviita. So it's not healthy. We need a government which is always ahead of every situation. El Nino has been talked about for a very long time. The government knew that nothing was going to come out because the green regions where you are always guaranteed to have food. But this time around, those areas had drought, were hit by drought, that was supposed to send a signal to the government to say things are not okay. If you see these regions being hit by drought this early, when you see these regions being hit by famine, what about other dry regions? And they were supposed to prepare enough in time. So there is hunger which is looming, there is hunger which is coming, but the government will not tell the truth. The major question is, are these people respecting the citizens? Why is it that they always lie? Why is it that they always deceive? Do we even have enough for the people? Time will tell. Time will tell. That is the reason why you see a lot of people, they are actually calling for the government to deal with the food insecurity. Vanhu vakatomirira kuhoreswa, vakatomirira kutambiriswa, and hurumende inenge ichiti tichapa munhu wese. Are they going to afford it? We do not know. But we'll continue to watch and see.